This is my pleasure to welcome you all, especially this is the fourth time coming to this very university. Today's lecture, which is assisted in the inaugural lecture series at the university, is titled Not Medicine, but Mission, from his appointment to discovery in geoscience for national development. The lecture is going to be delivered by Professor of Geology, Professor Solomon OBAJE. Let's put our hands together for Professor OBAJE. Without taking much of your time, distinguished principal officers of these great universities, deans, directors, professors, HODs and HOUs, staff students of this university, once again, you are welcome to the 69th inaugural of our young university. At this junction, it is my honor and privilege to invite to the microphone the representative of the Vice Chancellor, that is the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Administration, Professor Clement Karama, who is standing in for the Vice Chancellor this afternoon. Please put your hands together. The members of the management, the president, everybody are all welcome. Like the PPR, the right already accepted, and this is the so there's no problem. Let's start. The British members of the family, and other representatives, the British professors, directors, it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you all to this inaugural lecture of Adedele Ajah University, Akoko. Today marks another milestone in our nation's journey of academic excellence and intellectual development. We are gathered here today not only for recognition, but to celebrate the culmination of decades of foreign education. The inaugural lecture remains a sharing tradition and reaching our 68th edition. Speak volumes about the depth of research and teaching that define this university. Ladies and gentlemen, the inaugural lecture not merely is a ceremonial event. It is a celebration of the
academic, a scholar whose intellectual target is as conventional as is Professor Solomon Obaje's journey, alone tells the story of resilience, the direction, and the fine the speech of the determination and courage to face grace in new calling and continuing excellence. The sector not mission, but mission from the appointment to the sovereign in the time of national development. Professor Obaje began journey academic journey in 1988 when he earned a Bachelor of Science in Geology from Omale University. He obtained his Master of Science degree in Geology, specializing in mineral exploration and geochemistry from same institution in 2022. In 2012, he completed Doctor of Philosophy in Geology with a focus on perspective classes at the Federal University of Mina. He joined University in 2010 as an assistant lecturer in the Department of Sciences and has since risen through the academic ranks, becoming professor in 2002. His career in this university, Professor Obaje has served in various capacities, including as acting examination officer, pioneer, departmental project coordinator, and coordinator of the departmental geology program. A seasoned researcher, he has contributed chapter book and presented an author of 6 published articles. He has also attended and presented papers at 3 conferences, both locally and internationally, in countries such as Ghana, Egypt, Lesotho, and Turkey. Beyond his own position, he has worked as a senior lecturer at Delta State University, Africa, and at Salem University, Lokoja, and as a lecturer in geology and mining at Polytechnic, Kaduna. In testament to this scholarly achievement, Professor Obaje has received numerous awards, grants, and sponsorships. This includes the AAUA Research Grant in 2024, the Tertiary Education Fund sponsorship for computer ICT training and certification at AAUA 2020. The Federal Ministry of Education to World Bank said PhD Geology Research Grant 2010 and Surveyor General of the Federation Grant for PhD degrees. This is right in 2009. In addition, he has received sponsorship to attend conferences such as the Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists Annual International Conference 2018 and the Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society 53rd Annual International Conference 2017. His award also includes the CPG Director's National Association of Petroleum Geology Grant in award for PhD Geology Research 2009. The Nigerian Association of Geology and and Mining Students Meritorious Award 1987 and the Academic Champion of Protecting Service Award in 1995. Professor OBAJE is affiliated with numerous professional bodies in Nigeria and abroad. He is a member of the Nigerian Association of Petroleum Technologists and affiliate Nigerian Computer Society and an associate member of the Computer Professional Education Council of Nigeria. He is also a fellow of the Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society, the Institute of Policy Management and Leadership Development, and the International Society for Development and Sustainability in Japan. On behalf of the university, we thank you for your dedication and contribution to the advancement of our dear institution. As we listen intently to Professor OBAJE, let us remember that the mission he speaks of is not to be alone. It belongs to every scholar who chooses impact over comfort and national development over personal gain. On this note, I formally welcome you to the 60th inaugural lecture. Thank you, and God bless and continue at that university.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. The Vice Chancellor, members of the University Council, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Registrar, Officer, University Librarian, Dean of Postgraduate School, other distinguished Deans and Directors, Heads of Department, distinguished Professors and other illustrious members of the Senate, members of academic, administrative, and technical staff, Vice Chancellors, Rectors, Provosts, and Principal Officers from sister universities here present, other government functionaries here present, members of my family in Nigeria and diaspora, my Lord spiritual and temporal, Your Royal Majesties, distinguished guests, friends, and well-wishers, ladies and gentlemen of the press, great AAUA students, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, it is with profound gratitude to the Almighty God and deep humility that I stand before you and this amazing distinguished academic gathering today to deliver this 60th inaugural lecture as Professor of Geology at Adekunle Ajasin University, Abuja, the 21st century university properly called world-class and best state university in Nigeria today. Today's lecture is the 60th inaugural lecture series from the Faculty of Science and the first from the Department of Earth Sciences. This inaugural lecture has heartfelt importance to me and constitutes a prominent milestone in my career as a professor. Sir, I am deeply and profoundly grateful to you for giving me the privilege to present this 60th inaugural lecture, and may the Lord continue to bless you and all yours in Jesus' name. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, before I take you on my scholarly journey through Nigeria's basement complex and the offshore Nigeria, I must tell you a story. A story not just a professional story, but a deep personal one. Because this geologist, you see, before you right now, was shaped not only by rocks and fossils, but by family, faith, discipline, and destiny. My story began on the 6th day of January 1964 in Kaduna State, northwestern Nigeria. I was born to the family of Engineer Philip OBAJE, and my father, who himself was the last male child amongst children of 6. So when I came as an answer to prayer, because the firstborn in my family is a female child. So my coming in was like a blessing. I was received with so much love, and with that love came something else. Discipline, lots of rules, lots of regimentation. It was like I lived in a barrack. It wasn't easy growing up. I didn't really love that life. But today I'm thankful to God because that has made me who I am today. And to cut it short, my father, who has thrilled me so much, is not here with us today. My father passed on 2018 at the ripe age of 98 years. 98 years of full service to God and humanity. 98 years of integrity. But the joy I have is that my mom is here. My mom is here. Because I was so worried, and I want to thank some of my deans who came to rescue. Because I was here and my mom wasn't here. And my wife wasn't here. So I want to say thank you, Mr. Deans. May God continue to bless you all. I attended NA Primary School in Kaduna, 1977. I got scholarship and I passed formal entrance examination to the government secondary school, Delaware, in Katsina State. I schooled between 1977 and 1982, and I got my West African exam certificate. I had dreams, I had ambition, I had clarity of who I wanted to become. And so, all I wanted to be was to read medicine and be a medical doctor. I wanted to study human body, unravel its mysteries, to diagnose ailments and heal its diseases, and ultimately improve human welfare. That was my vision. That was my dream. My mom is here to testify. But you see what? For 2 solid years, even though I was so qualified, I used to score up to 300, and yet no admission. Today, some people score 180, 190, and we celebrated. I scored 300, and yet no admission. For 2 solid years, no admission. It was so difficult for me. I tried everything I knew. Don't qualify. For 2 years, the doors for admission to read medicine remained closed. Now, 1984 came, my IGMB A-levels. I finished it, and when the admission came, it was not reading medicine, it was reading geology. I said, wow, I felt really disappointed. In fact, I was deeply disappointed. Because that wasn't my dream. That wasn't even my plan. That wasn't even what my father or my mother wanted for me. But however, geology worked. I had to study the rocks, I had to study minerals, I had to study the earth, and geology, which is the study of the earth, its origin, its structures, processes that act upon it, the study of the resources therein, the minerals, the water, the energy, and natural resources, and natural hazards such as earthquakes, such as landslides and floods and so on, and environmental sustainability. Now, I started to read this geology, and what looked like a detour became my destiny. In 1985, when I started to study Bachelor of Science in Geology, slowly, gradually, as I sat in lectures, worked in laboratories, and I went on field work and examined rock samples, I learned to use the microscope and interpret geological maps. I then discovered that the Earth itself has a body, just like the human body. Now, table 1 and 2 shows us the relationship. Table 1, comparison of human body and the Earth body. The human body has skeleton. The Earth also has an equivalent, which is the basement complex. The human body has layers of tissues, and is equivalent to sedimentary formation in the Earth. The human body has a circulatory system, and is equivalent to rivers and groundwater in the Earth's body. The human body has respiratory system, and is equivalent to gases in atmosphere and lithosphere. The human body has memory, DNA, and is equivalent to fossils and geochromes in the Earth's body. The human body has virtual signs, and is equivalent to seismic waves. The human body has blood tests, which is being done on it, and is equivalent to geochemical signatures. Patients' fever showing internal processes is similar to temperature gradients in the Earth's body. Table 2 shows medical and geology, a deep parallel. In medical practice, patient's history is equivalent to geological practice field observation. Physical examination is equivalent to outcrop description and mapping. Blood test is equivalent to geochemical analysis. X-rays and CT scans in medical practice is similar to seismic sections in geological practice. Tissue biopsy is equivalent to core samples in geological practice. Microscopic analysis of cells in medical practice is equivalent to microscopic analysis of microfossils in geological practice. Vital signs monitoring is equivalent to wireline log measurements. Diagnosis, geological interpretation. Treatment plan in medical practice is equivalent to resource development strategy. And patients' outcome is equivalent to sustainable resource management. Their revelation, my disappointment was transformed into purpose and calling, and my detour into destiny. Through the opportunity to study the Earth's body, to unravel its geological mystery, to develop its resource potential, and in so doing, to serve not just an individual patient, but an entire nation and generation. When a geologist studies the Earth's body, we are looking across millions and billions of years. We are searching for mineral resources that can build industries and create jobs for thousands of people. We are exploring for petroleum that can power national economies. We are locating groundwater that can sustain entire communities. countless ones. What had seemed a closed door to medicine became an open door to earth sciences, and I walked through it with my father's determination and my mother's faith. What had felt like a disappointment became a divine appointment. What had looked like settling became soaring. I stopped asking, why not medicine? And I started asking, what can I discover about the earth? Thus began my journey. By 1988, I graduated and I had to do the compulsory national youth service. And this is a journey that took me discipline that my father instilled in me and channeled it into research, exploration, teaching, and national service. A journey that will prove that my mother's prayers, the same prayers that brought me into this world as a long-awaited son, would continue to guide me through closed doors and open windows, through disappointment and divine appointment, through struggles and success. Today, standing before you as Professor of Geology, I can declare with absolute conviction and profound gratitude, this was not medicine, but it is mission. Not the professions I choose, but the calling God assigned. Not plan B, but the plan all along. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, today I invite you on this mission with me. A journey through time and space, from surface to subsurface, from Earth's ancient basement complex formed billions of years ago to the young dynamic offshore Niger Delta deposited just few years ago. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, because the technical content that followed isn't just about rocks, fossils, and geochemistry and petroleum exploration. It's about purpose discovered in unexpected places. It's about perseverance through disappointment. It is about recognizing that sometimes our greatest contributions come not from the dreams we pursue, but from the mission. into the geological exploration of Nigeria's mineral resources. Mr. Vice Chancellor, by 1986, I transferred my services to the federal government and I joined the Nigerian Geological Survey. So between 1996 to 1999, I was principal geologist in exploration. 1999 to 2000, I was assistant chief geologist in exploration. 2002 to 2006, I was chief geologist in exploration. 2006 to 2014, I was assistant director in exploration. For 18 years, from 1996 to 2014, the Nigerian Geological Survey Agency, the federal government agency, left my professional home, and Nigeria's business complex became my field was study. What is the basement complex? It's a vice chancellor. The basement complex is made up of ancient crystalline rock that are 4 different types of rocks referred to as lithologies that constitute the basement complex. The first one is pegmatite and gneiss. The pegmatite are mixed rocks, and the gneiss are high temperature, high grade metamorphic rock. The sheets, these are medium grade metamorphic rock with foliation, which is prominent alignment of parallel minerals. Then we have number 3, which is granite and granodite. These are rocks that utilize for molten magma, which are called silicate beds. Then we have quartzite and marble, which are the first suite of rocks. This quartzite and marble originate as metamorphic sandstones and limestone. The basement complex are indeed ancient and very old. They range from the age of 600 plus minus 150 million years, which is the Pacifica orogenic cycle, down to 2.5 billion. And one of these is geochemical mapping GRN cell MO8E04 batch 2A team 1. This covers Poku sheet 96, Shanghai sheet 96, and Poku sheet 73. This project was was sustained and funded by the World Bank in partnership with the British Geological Survey and the Finland Geological Survey. This project was iron ore, manganese, and lead, zinc, and copper. The schist connection and developed strong interest in schist because the schists are the home for precious metals, especially gold. What are these schists? Schists are medium-grade metamorphic rocks characterized by strong foliation, which is the parallel alignment of minerals such as mica, tar, chloride, and so on. They are medium to coarse grain and they are of medium-grade metamorphic terrain. In Nigeria, the schist belt is also referred to as gold metallogenic belt because you have a wide range of geographic locations where we have gold mineralization running all the way from the northwestern part of the country down to the southwestern part of the country. Now, why schist? How does schist produce gold? Schist produce gold because schists are products of metamorphism as a result of the rock is subjected to intense metamorphic operations, which is changes brought to the body of rock by temperature pressure conditions. We have these schists having folds, faults, and fractures. And those faults and fractures, which we refer to as structural controls, serve as migration pathways for hydrothermal fluids. And these hydrothermal fluids are hot connate, saltwater fluids that are rich in gold and rich also in silica. Now we have chemical traps in the schist. The schists are made up of graphite, made up of pyrites or sulfite. And so once the rich hydrothermal fluid that has gold comes in contact with the pyrite or the sulfite, the gold is precipitated. That means the gold crystallizes out of the solution and becomes visible. And then we have the quartz veins. These quartz veins are silica-rich fluids flowing through those migration pathways. And so the silica-rich fluids and the gold that gets crystallized is always found in the quartz veins. Now, if you look at figure 4, the bluish component refers to the schist in Nigeria, running from the northwest, north central, and down to what? The southwest. And also in places like Igarashi, which is classified onto the west, but geographically or geopolitically it will be called south-south. So we have gold in Dagbara area, in Betua and Omale, and we have gold also in Iperedu, in Osun State. And the gold that occurs in Iperedu, for example, occurs in the quartz vein as regents and valence. Key research outputs from my basement complex. Lots of work were published on surface geochemistry, geochemical assessment of rivers, sediments, river coral, and OBAJE, in Omale, Betua, and so on. OBAJE et al. 2014A, OBAJE et al. 2014B, OBAJE et al. 2015A, OBAJE 2019, OBAJE 2021, OBAJE and Fishola 2023, OBAJE and Geology 2024. Heavy metal pollution assessment, OBAJE et al. 2014B, OBAJE et al. 2019, OBAJE et al. 2021A. Trace elements and rare elements provided baseline geochemical data for Nigerian terrain, assessment of mineral potentials in various regions, environmental monitoring data, and provenance information, which tells deeper understanding where those sediments come from. OBAJE ETA 2011. Key research outputs still, I produced 4 technical reports. I also got involved in capacity building, where I was involved in training the next generation Nigerian Geological Survey geologists in the area of field sampling techniques, geochemical exploration methods, geographic information systems, and portable digital assistance applications, heavy mineral identification and interpretation, and team management and field project execution. And the last but not the least is national database. So we developed, I was involved in developing national database, and which will help drive the mining investment in Nigeria. My take or lessons taken from the basement complex. The first lesson is patience. Basement complex work had endured heat, pressure, deformation, weathering, and erosion for eons. All revelation takes time. Lesson 2, integration. No single technique tells the full story. When you integrate multiple lines of evidence, geological, geochemical, geophysical, even historical and indigenous knowledge, that is when the earth begins to reveal its secrets. Lesson 3, service. I wasn't just studying rocks. I was serving Nigeria. I was contributing to national development. I was helping to unlock X resources for human benefit. By conventional measures, Mr. Vice Chancellor, I had a successful career in the geological survey. I could comfortably have stayed on that trajectory and end up as a director and retire with honor from the civil service. However, new questions begin to emerge in my mind. How do I unravel the Earth's body, which I cannot directly observe? A new challenge becomes, new horizon called. More significantly, I wanted to know more about Nigeria's greatest geological treasure, the Niger Delta. Beneath the surface and onshore waters lie the accumulation of oil and gas that have powered Nigeria's economy for decades. These hydrocarbons are trapped in sedimentary rocks deposited over the last 66 million years. Rocks that record the Delta's entire history. Tuto Eta 1999, Weber and Dakar 1975, and Whiteman 1976. Mr. Vice Chancellor, that question, that challenge became my obsession. Thus, pursuing the answer would require me to transform from surface geologist to subsurface geologist, to learn new skills and master completely different tools. It would require me to return back to school, and I decided to pursue PhD in biostratigraphy. What is biostratigraphy? Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. Biostratigraphy is the branch of stratigraphy that studies layered rocks using fossils to do the 3 major things. The first one, determination of the ages of rocks. Number 2, correlate rock units. And number 3, interpret environment. This environment we are referring are paleo environment, which means they are not current environment, but they are ancient environment. And in geology, we believe that the present is the key to the past. In petroleum exploration, biostratigraphy is crucial because 1, it helps identify reservoir rocks of the right age. 2, it reveals the positional environment which affects reservoir quality. It's also, number 3, enables correlation between wells 3 kilometers apart. It provides temporal framework for understanding basin evolution. The computational foundation before my PhD. 1993 diploma in electronic data processing with distinction. Year 2000 certification from computer professional 2002, Information System Management Certificate from Aptech Worldwide, Princeton, United States. A postgraduate diploma in computer science. All this positioned me to approach subsurface geology differently from traditional biostratigraphers. Now you might wonder, why would a geologist pursuing a PhD in biostratigraphy need advanced computing credentials? Here is why. Modern subsurface geology generates massive amounts of data. And you see, these data are normally looks discrete and apart. But through knowledge of ICT, you can integrate those volumes of data and make meaning out of them. So it wasn't just about identifying fossils as it was in traditional biostratigraphy. I was going to build an integrated digital framework for understanding the entire subsurface system. This computational foundation became my secret weapon. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, in 2006, I formally enrolled in PhD program in geology, biostratigraphy option at the Federal University of Technology, Mina. I integrated 6 different data sets. The first one was Gabriel standard fossil biostratigraphy. The second one is platonic foraminifera biostratigraphy, and the third basic foraminifera biostratigraphy, and the fourth is sequence stratigraphy. And the fifth is wireline log analysis, and the sixth is seismic interpretation. Most PhDs will take only 1 or 2, but I integrated 6 different varying data sets.